here, Brandon Butler, running a second place there, getting ready to go green, white checker, and I hate to even ask you, man, what happened here?
Man, I tell you, the National Guard Chevrolet was pretty awesome. It's a brand new car. It's our first night out. First time I hit the racetrack was yesterday, and this thing's been awesome. Thought we had a shot to win the race, and seems like the fuel pickup's having a problem picking up the fuel, and that fuel load got low there at the end, and the pickup quit picking it up. So instead of a green, white checker and a shot to win the race, we're in here parked in the DNF. So good day for all of us. Got to thank all the guys. Got to thank Jay Hedgecock, brand new car, Danny Cox Race Engines. It's been awesome.
We're about to get run over here. We got to keep backing up. And Brandon's worried about his car getting hit here, so.
Yeah, it's made it through the night. I don't want to get hit now.
Yeah, don't have a scratch on this thing. I mean, you run clean, looked like you were just biding your time waiting there, wasn't you?
Well, you know, I mean, certainly Phillip had problems, and that helped us get up to second, but I really think if we'd had that green, white checkered, it'd been interesting. I don't think Lee would have given me the outside. If he did, I think he'd have been in trouble, but hats off to those guys. They certainly run good, but you know, I'm proud of our team. It's our first run here all year, and for that, that's something to be proud of, I think.
Finished fifth. Usually we don't interview the fifth place man, but I tell you what, I've not seen anybody in quite a few years run the outside lane here. I mean, you passed every car in the top 10 on the outside, and you know, you and Lee Pulliam, tell me about that battle. I had to go on for like 20 laps.
Yeah, you know, I gotta give a lot of respect to Lee for that, not getting up into me there. It's really hard to do on the inside. I know how hard it is. I've been on both ends of the deal. Our car was really good up high. His was really good down low. It was pretty much a dead heat for like 20 laps. And then my tires started wearing out a little bit. And he finally got in front of me. And then after that, it was just the tires that wore out so much I couldn't do it.
Yeah, is that what it was? Just running that hard up high for that long?
Hard. Yeah, we went too early, I think. Waited another 15, 20 laps, we might would have had that same deal there at the end on lap 200. But, you know, it's done now. We came out here with a top 5 finish. Out of 26 cars, these are your best cars in the nation right here. Nobody's going to argue with that. To do that, our third race this season on this new car, I can't complain at all.
Yeah, and I mean, not just finishing top 5, you were a car to beat. I mean, you were, you know, up here, you know, everybody's talking about Lee Pulliam and Phillip Morris. Kenny Forbes was on it tonight.
That's right. We led some laps. First time up here, we've actually led a few laps and led a bunch of laps on top of that. And, you know, I just got to thank the whole crew, Old Dominion Faction, sponsoring us. Dennis Johnson, Horsepower, News Motors are awesome. We built them in-house. We build our own chassis and everything in the house. And we can't ask for any better success than we've had so far this year.
Kelly Kinger finished 4th here at South Boston. Great run, first of all, man. Tell us, why are you even in this car here?
Well, actually, I'm kind of surprised I'm in it myself. I was digging on a backhoe about 9 a.m. this morning. Bob Unser called me and says, I need a driver. So I know he's serious or not. I called back. He said, seriously, I need you up here. So I threw the key on the dash, grabbed my wife, run 80 miles an hour. Hour and a half later, I'm sitting in this car on the scales. And the first practice was pretty sickening. We was off pretty bad, but Bob Unser, man, he throwed everything out that he possibly could, and man, went out there and qualified 5th. Had a good solid car under me all night long, and I was surprised I could stay up in the seat for 200 laps. It was tough, it was hot, nothing in there to cool you off, but hats off to Billy Banks, Bobby Creech, and Bob Unser, man. They put me in a car that I think with a little bit of tweaking to be competitive and win a race or 2.
Yeah, and right there, that green, white checker, it got pretty wild there on the back straightaway, didn't it?
Yeah, I had to use the right side of the car up a little bit, tore a fender up and this, that, and the other, but I wasn't giving up that spot, man. I had the inside on that. They had to explain to me what the cone restart was, and if you people out there don't know what that is, it's probably best you don't. Once I figured out what to do on that cone restart, it got a little easier on me, but man, I'm real tickled to finish 4th in that creative surface Chevy. It's a beast. Billy Banks has got the power plant under it, and that was half the problem all night. It was just trying to hook the rear end up. Wore a set of gloves out, burnt my foot, feeling pretty good.
Here, Dustin Storm finished 3rd. Man, I'll tell you what, this thing was on the rail all night, and Sam Beatty don't race a whole lot. Well, first of all, how'd you get this thing to get the whole deal worked out to come up here and run?
It's pretty amazing. I mean, I can't thank Sam enough this year. You know, ran a couple races last year at Old Dominion. We tried a few things and started off at Old Dominion this year, and we just couldn't afford it on our own. You know, and Sam, we're scraping together everything we had. We took my car and his car and thrashed on it. Worked we just decided to come last week. Took everything off both cars, put the best of everything we had on one car and rode up. And I mean, really, I can't say enough. I'm really pretty speechless about it. You know, I know we were capable of running up front, but to not run here all year and just, you know, it's the best of the best. You got the hardest of racers here. It's hard to run up front, and especially to come, you know, from mid-back where we came. So I just can't say enough for the car just showing up, and it was that close, so it shows a lot of hope for us.
Yeah, and right there at the end, man, it almost went away there on the back trail. It got pretty wild there, the green-white checker. Y'all was bouncing off each other.
Yeah, we were chasing it a little bit. The handling went away just towards the end, but all in all, I'm amazed at the car and how well it ran, and you know, really looking forward to going back.
Yeah, when we plan on seeing you again, or is it just hit or miss right now?
To be honest, I'm not sure. We barely had enough money to make it here, so hopefully we get through the night and get a little bit back. I mean, you know, plan on running here as much as possible. So.
Eddie Johnson, man, finished second. You did it the way you usually do it, just nice and quietly, patiently through the field. But when it started, you pretty much knew this car was a good car today.
Well, I really did. We have a lot of people that give us some information to help us out, and I really want to thank them and all the people that work on the car for giving me the opportunity to drive the car. LA Engineer, my brother, they do the motors, Hardcore Chassis, Mike Motorsport, CG Photography, and Richard Storm for holding the car down for us. We don't even have a truck and trailer to hold the car with. The son running Langley tonight, and so he finished second in the first race there. I don't know what he's done in the second one, but we'll find out later on.
Yeah, you think if you hadn't a green-white checker, maybe had a few laps, you had something for him there, maybe?
You know, at first I thought getting up on the outside of him, I might be able to have something for him, but he got a good jump off it too. But then when I got behind him, I was like, man, if we could have about 25 or 30 more laps, he was loose getting up off the corner. Who knows what would have happened.
Lee Pulliam, a big winner here tonight, man. You happy camper tonight, ain't you?
Yeah, that was all. I'm hoarse as I can be, you know. Hollered all the way around the racetrack, and just one of my favorite wins right here. Been wanting to beat these guys in South Boston. It was a stellar field tonight. Phillip had some trouble there, but you know, I think it would have been a good race. I was riding, trying to save my tires. I know he was too. You know, I'm not saying I could have beat him if he'd have been there, but I think it would have been a race. And but we'll take him however we can get him. You know, I've lost them and. With some bad luck, so I'll take winning some with some good luck sometimes.
Yeah, Tony, we were just talking about you and Kenny Forbes. Have you ever raced anybody that long side by side?
Me and Tommy Lemons raced for the win at Motor Mile about 50 laps side by side this year. That was pretty intense. It was just like that, man. And that was a great battle. One of my favorite battles. Me and Phillip the other week, we raced probably 20 laps side by side. So been a lot of great battles here lately, and luckily we've come on top of all of them so far, and hopefully that can keep coming up. But Kenny done a heck of a job, man. He was wheeling that thing on the outside. He raced me clean. I raced him clean. We rubbed a little bit, but man, just good short track racing.
Yeah, and what do you think now? You was hating to see that green-white check, but then you look over and you got Eddie Johnson, the master, over there beside you.
He's tough, man. He's won a lot of races, and didn't know if I was going to get him or not. I've been working at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning a lot this week. My eyes are about half red, just tired, man. Need some sleep, and I knew we had our work cut out in the run with that 26, and I think we had the rest of the field, you know, decent, but, you know, at the end, just lost forward bite, lost grip everywhere, you know, just the tires wore out. Raced so hard with Kenny, got him pretty hot there, and, you know, the car really never come back after that, but it was enough to win the thing.
Yeah, where's this rank at on your wins here?
It's one of my favorite ones, man. It's been so long, it feels like, you know. I know I ain't raced a lot here this year, but you know, I've been wanting one here pretty bad. This racetrack I cut my teeth on and learn how to race. And, you know, Motor Mile's been great to me this year, great people there, and enjoy racing up there. But, man, this win's awesome to get one at the track I started at.